Ark versus Jurassic Park has to be one of the greatest, I guess you could say, dinosaur-based debates that we have gotten today here. And believe it or not, I think it's kind of simple. Ark has always had just simply better everything. Better creatures, more advanced adaptations for the creatures, genetic enhancements and everything. And again, even their own hybrids, cryptids, and, well, mythical creatures and stuff like that. Because then, we have the Pyromane, the Elder or Ember Claw, and the, well, I guess you say Shadowmane, Magmasaur. You guys get it. Ark has always been one of the most, powerful verses when it comes to like dinosaur based debates. However, can one of the most underrated dinosaurs, that being the Ark Trike, take on someone like Rexy, the strongest T-Rex in the verse? Can one of the most underrated and looked down upon herbivores be capable of taking on the queen of the franchise? Let's talk about it. So to start off, we're going to start off with the Ark Trike. Now, where do I think the Ark Trike actually scales? Well, believe it or not, in both their old and new dossiers, Ark Trikes have been confirmed to be able to injure the likes of Rexes. Yeah, and they seem to be very fiercely, I guess you could say aggressive towards them. And in all honesty, just kind of a side note here, the Bronto as well is capable of doing this, and I do have I guess you could say, a video for him in the works as well, because I do feel like the Bronto does deserve some love. I know the Bronto's getting its own evil evolution. We already discussed that like a while back in one of the evil updated videos, but we also should know that I wonder what the Trike evil is going to be, or the evolutionary Trike. But with that being said here, yeah, Trike definitely needs to buff. But with that being said, even in their old DOS here, they're able to still injure Rexes, like I said earlier. But the strongest creatures they can easily take down are the likes of Carnos, which are basically, Triceratopses, but carnivores. And then you have Sarcos, because again, Trikes can be seen at the edge of these swamp areas with their infants, being able to actually take these guys down still. So this means that they are around the, I would probably say, large building levels, considering the fact that they are capable of fighting against creatures that are able to harm the likes of Ankies and Doedicurises, which are able to at least two-shot, if not sometimes one-shot, the likes of Metal. And believe it or not, Trikes being able to injure Rexes does put them up a tier compared to other herbivores. It puts them in the same bracket as the Brontos, which are you could consider them Rex killers, because again, a decent Bronto versus a decent Rex, you can easily see that going a 50-50 way. But again, the Rex just has a higher damage output, while the Bronto has a higher, I guess you could say, health stat as well. So yeah, Brontos versus Rexes is pretty close. And with the Trikes, it's really no different. A decent Trike can take out a Rex. And when they're in groups, yeah, it's pretty much GG's at that point. Unless, the game, some game mechanics somehow just screw over the Trikes. But, even keeping that in a natural sense, yeah, the Trikes are still capable of injuring Rexes in a one-on-one, with the Rexes in Ark being around the city block level. But let's talk about Rexy, the Queen of Isla Nublar. Now, Rexy herself has actually had some incredible feats, being able to overpower the likes of other carnivores like Carnotaurus and Allosaurus. She was the dominant predator on that island, and likely the reason why some of the creatures went extinct as well. Keep in mind, Rexy was also able to overpower the Indominus in bite-to-bite combat, with the Indominus actually being able to literally pull the, I guess you could say, the zipline tower. I think that's what it was, the zipline tower, right? Actually off its legs for a short period of time. Like, she was actually able to tilt it forward a bit. She's also been able to pull down a Brachiosaurus, so yeah, I think building level's pretty consistent for a lot of the dinosaurs. And keep in mind, being the strongest Rex, meaning she would also scale above the likes of Buck and Doe, who have been able to, well, Buck himself pretty much did this to a bust, which also comes around to the building levels in terms of its AP and attack potency. And keep in mind, Rexy herself is actually pretty agile, being able to catch velociraptors and being even able to ambush them as well. I think her max is like 25 miles per hour, especially in her prime, but she still should be able to run through that. So, with that being said, here are the stats before you. The Trike easily takes strength, durability, endurance, weapons, and obviously it's in a much higher tier, with Rexy taking speed, agility, and intelligence. Wow. I'm kind of shocked, but I'm also kind of not. You know, like I said earlier, trikes are just criminally, and I mean criminally, underrated when it comes to Ark. Okay? They're seen everywhere, and they can get eaten by just about anything. They take out raptors and carnos like it's no problem, and sarcos as well. They get hunted by Rexes, and then they deal their damage, make the Rex bleed a little bit, and the Rex can sometimes come out on top. And again, them being the only herbivores that are capable of killing Rexes, at least in a one-on-one match, Stegos are a maybe. I would definitely say they're a maybe. I have never seen a Stego be able to take out a Rex in a one-on-one unless it has like a group or something with them. So yeah, Stegos are a bit controversial for one-on-one. Do I think they could do it? Yeah, but you know, more often than not, I do see them in groups here, which is pretty common because you know Ark still has a sense of naturality at the end of the day. But with that being said, does the Ark Trike beat Rexy? Yes, one shot, sir. Even it's kind of surprising, kind of not surprising, but again, at the same time, this does go to show you that even the most underrated herbivore in the Ark franchise, one of the most poorly represented, because let's be real, the Trike should be a boss level herbivore competing with the Rexes. So yeah, we need a TLC for the Trike, or you know, an Evo evolution for the Trike, and maybe, just maybe, hear me out, Big Al, if you listening, you know I love your wake Spinosaurus. If you could make a, you know, maybe one of the members of the trike species as well, because you know the hornheads need some good representation nowadays. They don't get that much love in Ark. Styracosaurus, great, you know, and all that good stuff, but still they don't get that much love. But that's gonna be all for today, you guys. The Ark Trike definitely wins. Please comment down below, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And yeah, you guys have a blessed day. Peace.